Good afternoon. We're now live on Facebook and LinkedIn using this new technology, Streamer, which is pretty epic. Lucas Monocroft here, co-founder of Crofty and Tribute, and I've got Sandy on the on live today with us. Thanks very much for joining us on this journey, Sandy.
Thanks, Lucas. Thanks for inviting me.
So I guess to let everyone know of why we're doing what we're doing, this is all about pivoting your business or pivoting your ideas or around these challenges we've all experienced, especially around the entire COVID scenario. Now, I don't want to go into too much detail around COVID because I think everyone's sick of hearing that conversation. But today we're going to embark on this bit of a journey. Now, why do we have Sandy on the call with us today? And really simple answer is we've been connected for about 5 years on Facebook. We've never actually connected properly, so this is a good opportunity. Two reasons for doing this call. One, we could have just had a phone call. One, we normally could have a coffee or catch up, but obviously not happening in this day and age at this point in time. We're up in Brisbane, Vegas. Sandy's down in Canberra. As you can see, a beautiful background. That's not fake. That's actually real. I'm jealous right now, to be honest. And so around the conversation of being able to connect, we can use technology. And so, yes, we could have a phone call around this topic, but I guess when I saw this, one of your posts come up on Facebook, it really intrigued me. And so I might just start with this bit of an introduction. I'll let you kick off with a bit of background on yourself. Mm-hmm. So why am I intrigued to have you on this call? So Sandy posted this a couple of weeks ago, maybe a week ago now, and her focus is to interview 100 people in 100 days, so one a day, around how COVID and the pandemic has affected themselves, them person, and how's it pulled them off their centre. Now, the research that she's completing is for a white paper, and this white paper will be used not just for a great experience and great understanding of how this affects humans, I suppose, but also for a course that she's launching to help people become more transformational. And I guess this is the time and day that we have to become more transformational and pivot not just ourselves, pivot our business and the entire journey that we're going on. So I'm going to hand it over to you and maybe give us a bit of background of, I guess, who you are and why you're embarking on this journey.
Thanks, Lucas. Why am I embarking on this journey? Well, I'm a holistic counsellor psychotherapist. I have been, I love people. I embarked on a journey of self-discovery many years ago, and I learned a lot about myself. And the deeper I went into myself, the more I was able to understand others. Gosh, I'm so nervous.
I should say, treat this like a conversation.
I'm really trying to.
We're sitting in front of each other. We're having a coffee. This is just like a super conversation. So just to let you guys know, literally before this call, even though I'd planned this in advance and booked it in advance to get Sandy on, she's like, oh, we're actually doing it live? I'm like, yeah, we're doing it live. Ignore that whole side of it. We're just having a conversation.
Yeah, okay. It's easier said than done. Yeah, I'm I am very passionate about the human condition, and the reason why I'm doing this in particular is to have a better understanding of people's situation. I created this really beautiful course months ago that I hadn't. I've taken a couple of people through it, but there was a bit of a pause. Me and my partner were doing an inner critic course in between, which is also about helping people to create freedom within themselves. So the course that I created, is there a sound thing going on here? Yeah, so the course that... No, is that me? So this course was sort of on... just on the back burner, just waiting for the right time to come along. And then when this pandemic happened, because the main part of this course is about centering, and that is about coming into, ourself and building resilience and standing in the eye of the hurricane. Centering is between chaos and rigidity. And it's a place where spontaneity happens, and it's a place where we move into things as opposed to moving away from things. So what I wanted to do is to create something really powerful and transformative for people to help them during this difficult time. And yeah.
Well, I guess what I've loved about, even having that type of conversation, right? Because I've had a lot of conversation with businesses this last month, and the more and more I'm talking to people, the more I'm understanding that people are actually enjoying this time to reflect on who they are, reflect on their family, being able to spend more time with their kids. Yes, it's been tough. Yes, there's been a lot of struggles, and we'll most likely see divorces at the back of this, which is really unfortunate. It's going to happen. But it's been really cool to see people connect more with themselves and more with their family throughout this last 4 weeks. Do you have any, you've already interviewed 30 people. Has that been a common theme that you've also?
Yeah, yes. I think some people that have certain skills that they're able to, like some people that have done some inner work, I feel that they cope a little bit better because they're able to, find that place within themselves. They're able to connect to their other partner. But then there's also been situations where people have found it really challenging because it's, when you're in relationship with somebody or when you're at home with someone, they're reflecting back to you parts of ourselves. And generally it's marginalized aspects of ourselves where we're not quite aware of. So we generally see those annoying things or irritating things in the other person. And so when we do some, personal work and we start to accept ourselves fully, all those parts, the good, the bad, the ugly, all that stuff, then we're able to really hold other people where they are as well. So I did hear some interesting information where in some cases the domestic violence call center had increased, I could be incorrect, but it was something around 93%. So yeah, and booze has in 1 month increased again. I think it was like either 500 or 800%. I can't remember the exact figures, but that's kind of scary, especially if home isn't, if we don't have skills. I think part of it is particular skills to deal with people and deal with ourselves, really, because we're not really taught that when we're at school, how to be a full human, not just intellectually but emotionally. So yeah.
I think also a really good point there is a lot of people fall into the trap of accepting what is. And so you might be in this relationship and you might be in this type of work or career scenario, and you might do that for the next 30 years, not really questioning anything along the way. And so when you're thrown into a situation where you're completely off center, this is why these conversations start happening. This is why Lifeline is getting a million calls a day now. This is why these organizations run off their feet, is because people, this is not normal. It's not in their normal routine, and so they've got to pivot. In this case, they don't know how to accept that pivot, and so this is why people are being thrown off. It's kind of sad, I guess you could say, because people are in these relationships that they probably shouldn't be in. Why domestic violence is happening. A lot of people go to work to escape their personal and home life, which is also sad. That's why some people work 12, 15 hours a day, not because they love their job, they just want to escape their normality or reality. I guess this is why you're embarking on this journey, right, to interview these 100 people. And you mentioned previously you've re-interviewed 30. I'd love to get your insight into some of these interviews you already had and get their perspective, they're seeing in the market currently. I say in the market, I'm talking like in business terms, in their personal sphere or personal space, work-life balance scenario.
Yeah, well, one really big thing that stood out is people reassessing or reconnecting to their values. And some people haven't said it in those, saying that word in particular, but what you were saying before, Lucas, about people, having a time to reflect and to connect with themselves. Like there has been a lot of that, and a lot of people, looking at what's important, and that's in all different areas of their life. So that's been a really beautiful thing, actually. What is important to me. It's almost like a forced time to reflect and to contemplate. And within our busy lives, it's hard to do that. When people got families and they're trying to provide, or they're building businesses, or they're just living or surviving. But yeah, with those 30 people that I've interviewed, that's been a main thread, is connecting to their values and reassessing what's important to them.
Yeah, it's like a massive reset switch, right? Not just personally, but this is like globally. I was listening to a podcast, I'm not sure if you've heard of NPR. It's one of the main podcasts I listen to, How I Built This. And a really good comment they made yesterday on a live interview like this with one of their stars is that not just that it's a massive reset, but also we're now more connected than we ever were before in the world. And so we've all got something in common now. Before we kind of had things in common, but now everyone in the world right today has one thing in common, and that's COVID, right? And so we're now so connected with absolutely everyone that we need to be really connected in here to understand who we are as a person before we go out and try to, I guess, explain to the world on who you are. Because if you're not connected internally, you don't know who you are and where you're going and what you're here on this earth to do, then people will see straight through you, because we're all so connected now. And so it's a really good, valid point that you make.
That's quite moving. That's quite moving, actually. I just got goosebumps when you said that. Like, we're all connected, and yeah, it's just a beautiful image. Yeah. And
so this white paper, I'm really intrigued. We've not spoken about this before, so I'm really putting you on the spot here.
You are.
If you do this, you complete this 100 interviews in 100 days. And please, anyone watching, if you feel like your life's pivoting, your business is pivoting, and you want to be in Sandy's research papers, then please shout out. Maybe you can jump straight into your questions, but I'd love to understand the outcome you're wanting or trying to achieve through this process you're going through.
Yeah. Okay. Well, the whole purpose is to have a broader understanding of everybody's experience. And like, I've got like a main overarching question, which is, how has the pandemic affected you from being in your center? And then I've got different subheadings in terms of personally, intimate, relationship, family, work, environment, society, and the economy. But I think the first question is, do you know what it means to be in your center, and what's that like for you? That's probably what I would start with before I get into that big question and then the subheading. So,
are you throwing me on the spot right now? Are you asking me a question, or is this generic?
No, well, you're here. This is how it's all started. So,
cool.
What does it mean for you to be in your center?
I was literally texting a mate back and forth last night who's just called me before here. So I guess this is back to the conversation we had before. What I've really noted is, yes, the business is gone through a fuck ton of shit, in easy words, the last month. And so what I've really understood and really appreciated is spending that time. So my literal reply to my mate last night was spending more time with my fiance Amy, spending more time with my puppy Molly. It's just really cool to be more connected now than ever. But apart from that, getting back into yoga, getting back into meditation, really focusing on my exercise and my running, like doing what you've always done and loved, but it's kind of like a second or third thing, because business has always been the focus, right? And Amy said it to me for years is, business comes first, then Amy, and then everything else. So I kind of went from business to Molly and then Amy. we're being connected now in this situation we are. We're spending more time at home, doing all the renovations, doing the gardening, doing stuff that I wouldn't really appreciate or want to even do in the past. I've really fucking enjoyed it. And so I probably can't answer your question of, what is your center, because that's something I'll always try and find until I die. What drives you, what makes you you are. We probably go in a deeper conversation around why do we even exist on this planet, which is probably not appropriate for this conversation. So I probably can't answer your first question around, what is my center. I'm always going to be trying to figure that out my entire life and journey. But I've loved the situation we're in currently, because it's caused a hard reset. It's put us into a situation that everyone's in the same playing field. It's not because my business is failing that we're in this situation. Everyone's in this situation at the exact same point in time. So I'm just loving the journey, loving the ride. It's exciting.
So can I ask you something for a moment? Are you willing to try something?
Go for it.
Okay. So I'll just get you to close your eyes for me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And just focus on your breathing. Just your natural breath. And just feel your feet on the ground, supported. And if you can listen to the sounds around you, just notice them. Just notice what you feel in your body. No judgment. Just noticing. Just bring your awareness back to your breath. And gently now wiggle your fingers and toes and gently open your eyes. Okay. How do you feel?
Relaxed, calm.
Yep.
Centered, more centered.
Yeah, beautiful. Yeah, so that's the place that I'm talking about, coming into ourselves and being centered. So, yeah, that's it really.
I'm not sure if that's on purpose or not, but behind it sounds like waves, and that was really soothing and calming.
Oh, really? Could be just the breeze, but
could be.
Yeah, but that's beautiful too. You're just noticing what is and what's present, and that's where all the magic lies. It's a beautiful place to be in and to come back to as often as possible. And it's a skill that needs to be developed. To keep coming back into that place so that we can move into stuff. Yeah. I feel like the energy has just
relax.
Yeah.
That's what I need to do. I know I need to do it more often. Is meditating in the morning seems easy, but then stopping throughout the day and dedicating some time to switch off and just come back to your center again is definitely needed.
Yeah, should come and join.
No,
yeah. Oh, that's beautiful. But I'll let you know when my course is launched. You can come and join, because it's a 4-week journey, and there's practices, there's awareness practices that shows us what pulls us out of being in center. So there's that art, the art of centering. That's a 4 week of that, and then every other week is about how things pull us out and how to spot those things. So you become a real Jedi on all those distractions that take us out of that place. So, and it's a you build like it's a routine. Is that what I'm thinking?
Yeah,
Routine. Yeah,
resilience and routine into your life. Otherwise, you just don't do it because everything else gets super busy.
absolutely. It's absolutely, yeah, definitely. And it's so important to really look after yourself fully, because when you do that, as you feel relaxed and whatever, like when you give to yourself first, then you can give to people with a full cup, not a, half empty cup.
I remember what that used to be like.
Oh, yeah?
You're running around, you're working 18 hours a day and you're trying to help everyone and you're actually not helping anyone.
Yeah, absolutely. Until we learn. Yeah, for sure.
I'd love to do one of these 10-day silent retreats one day.
Yeah?
That's like completely outside my comfort zone, scare the shit out of me, but would be absolutely epic at the same time.
Yeah, like Vipassana or something like that.
Yeah.
You can't talk or...
Yeah, can't talk,
How
no
did you cope with...
technology, no phone,
wow.
no nothing.
And your business is a tech company, so that's good. That would be an interesting break for you.
Just like I live and breathe this thing, so it would be crazy.
Well, I'll interview you next after you do one of those 10-day retreats. Before and after.
I'm actually, even though I really, really want to do it, and I'm not putting myself out of this at all, but I know it changes the person, and it's kind of a bit scary to know that you'll change because you don't know what that outcome's going to be or what the next step of your life is.
Yeah.
It's definitely going to happen because of it.
For sure, the fear of the unknown.
Yeah, fear of the unknown. Yeah. We're perfect and topical for this conversation, right? Absolutely. Everyone has been thrown into the fear of the unknown right now.
Absolutely.
There's this guy in our BNI chapter up here in Brizzy, and he's a divorce lawyer. Mm-hmm. And I was talking to him the other day, and obviously he's going to be so rampant and so under the pump in the next few months. It's going to be crazy, which is really, really unfortunate, right? But that's because people have gone from this this whole fear of the unknown situation where they don't know what's around the corner or what's coming to them or what the situation is. Or the flip side is people actually figured out what they are, what their center is now. So really cool. So talk to me about this white paper. I'm really, really intrigued. You've interviewed so far.
I'm intrigued too.
You got 70 to go.
So 70 to go. Like I've got people booked this week and next week, and still people reaching out to have a chat. So I've done like 30 people in just over a week. Yeah. My plan was to do just one a day, and go a bit cruisy. Like that's sort of the newer me, because the old me just goes hard, and but I'm just going with the flow, and the flow is 30 people in just over a week, and we'll see how that evolves. But like I'm interested too. As I said, like work for me shifted. So there was a part of me that really wanted to reach out and to be of service in some shape or form. Like I'm a big people person. I love to, like I was a hairdresser for over 20 years, and I love connecting deeply with people and, making them look and feel good at the end of it. And now as a holistic psychotherapist and counselor, it's like a similar thing, connecting with people and supporting them to feel good about themselves from the inside. So it's sort of similar in a way, but now I've got a lot more tools.
That's super interesting. That's that ammunition you've got right there. 20 years of being a hairdresser. Yeah. Isn't that like being a counselor in training for 20 years? Because what you're doing every day is talking to women about most likely here I'm stabbing in the dark, but most likely about their problems and what they're facing on a daily basis.
Oh, absolutely. Like it's deep and rich. And I think for the last maybe 7 or 8 years, I was working in my own private studio, and that's the way I like to take my time, do one client at a time, because I put a lot of energy into my work, but just to be with someone, to fully be present with someone, that requires a lot of energy. And and it's just beautiful. I just love where it goes. I love I've been lucky. I've been really lucky to be able to enter into this really beautiful space.
Sounds like a beautiful soul and I'm really looking forward to. So I guess I can't really use the word outcome, but I am looking forward to the outcome. In 6 weeks, 8 weeks from now, once you've gone through this bit of a process, interview these, I say 70. You're saying you want to do 100. No doubt you're going to be doing 1,000.
Oh, wow. That'd be cool.
In the next few months.
Okay, I'll let you know.
So are you typically a writer in your creative time? Like, have you written before?
No, I haven't, but I do like to write, and I do write, but I wouldn't consider myself a writer, probably like a dreamer writer. I would love to be able to do more of it. But yeah.
Well, you're about to. You're about to
well,
write.
Yeah.
You're about
Absolutely.
to write a story.
Yeah. But like in those terms, I'm still learning, So yeah, learning how to write, just learning. There's so much to learn.
I'm really intrigued with writing, right? I said this to Amy only, it must have been a few months ago before all this bullshit happened. And it was really based on, I don't know what it was, but it was like a massive big surge came over me to start writing. And I've never read in my life. I don't even want to think about writing. And there was this huge, I guess, creative surge. And I was literally going to book to go to this farmhouse that we booked through Airbnb to just escape for 4 or 5 days and just write. No idea what I was going to write. No idea where it came from. But I guess it's that whole go with the flow. So I'd be keen to jump back on a call with you or a live with you in a few weeks, a month from now, to see how that journey is evolving for you and to see, I guess, what's coming out from everything you've understanding and what you're putting onto paper, just to, I guess, just to follow that journey that you're going through.
Absolutely. I would love to reconnect and share with you. Yeah, definitely. And I'd like to hear about you, how you've been traveling too.
Yeah, more than happy to.
Yeah.
Cool. Our time is up, but thank you very much for jumping onto this. I really appreciate it.
Such a pleasure. Thanks for having me.
No worries. Thanks for letting me put you outside your comfort zone. See, it's just like a normal conversation.
I know. And thanks for being open to taking you on a little process there too. So that was lovely.
That's cool. Good to experience.
Cool.
All right, looking forward to following you, and I'll post the links in this video, and then we'll see you on 3 or 4 weeks from now.
Sounds good. Thanks, Lucas. Have a gorgeous day. Bye.
Yeah, you too. Bye.
Thanks. Bye.